I'm Benjamin Murray. I'm the chef de cuisine at Azul at the Mandarin Oriental, Miami. Azul is a modern American restaurant with a heavy Asian Japanese influence. I worked in a couple different Japanese restaurants and got my original roots there and wanted to bring that here. So we do our takes on modern American cuisine, which is using modern techniques with classic ingredient combinations sometimes, and we try to bring a lot of Japanese and Asian ingredients to make it different. I've been in Miami for a while now, about 10 years, and I came to culinary school in Miami, and I went to Providence, Rhode Island for a little bit. I traveled a little bit across the states, but originally I just came back and wanted to settle my roots here for a little bit. I started cooking with my mom when I was younger, so she really inspired me because what was great about her was she would always cook great meals. She was a great cook, and my dad is originally from Miami, so I was raised in a tradition where she would always cook Japanese meals and then she would cook American style meals. So I learned a lot of ingredients and all that. Our philosophy at Azul is approaching a modern American menu with Japanese and Asian ingredients. So we blend Japanese ingredients and American ingredients with modern cooking techniques to add a different wow factor to make it approachable but different and interesting. So what we're making today is a beef tartare, which is a classic American dish, and we're adding our flair to it. So there's a lot of different ingredients and textures that go into the tartare, and it's not a traditional tartare by any means from the way it tastes to the textures and especially the way it looks. It doesn't look like a regular tartare, and we're making something that I think describes our cuisine perfectly. So we're here at Azul at the Mandarin Oriental, Miami, and we're gonna make beef tartare with traditional and non-traditional ingredients. The great part about this dish is that there's so many textures and flavors that go into it. So we're actually just gonna take some beef. So this is beautiful prime beef tenderloin. And so we mix it with a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. The Worcestershire sauce we actually make in-house. We're also adding a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of Dijon mustard. The Dijon mustard is mixed with a little bit of Japanese mustard as well, and then some salt. So now we get to add all the textures that make this dish great. So we add a little bit of fried garlic. This is caper brine gelée. It's something that makes the dish really stand out, I think. And then this is actually white Worcestershire gelée. So all the ingredients that go in here, we make it. The tartare, we're actually gonna smoke it tableside, so we wanna enhance that by adding some smoked mayonnaise. Traditionally, you always get egg with your tartare. These are some nice herbs. We have Thai basil. You can season it up a little bit. This brings like a really nice fresh flavor to the dish as well. And then what really makes it look kind of different and sort of mountainous are these potato skins. So we just bake these regular Idaho potatoes, and then we actually take rice wine vinegar powder with it's a starch called tapioca maltodextrin, and we mix that together, and this is what creates the snow effect for the tartare. So we just put a little cloche on it. And so the smoke is supposed to be basically the fog rolling through the mountain. So it's supposed to look like our Mount Fuji. Well, we want to have dishes that are really well thought out, that we pay a lot of attention and detail to, The dishes that we do are plated beautifully. It takes a while to execute. Everything is cooked at the last second. So we don't want to make such a big menu and have tons of options when we can make a smaller, impactful menu that are really well thought out and balanced. The chef's table is great for parties and people that want a bird's eye view of the kitchen and want to see all the action that goes on. There's a lot of, we played at the past, so it's a little bit different than a regular kitchen, so you get to see everything that happens. I would tell an inspiring chef to really dedicate themselves, immerse themselves in the industry, and you have to watch and learn and just keep your head down. And anything you want to learn, you can, but you have to stay focused. You can never sway from that, and you always have to be completely dedicated to the craft. Azul has been around for 15 years, but I think now we're bringing something different to the table. We're making a lot of things on our own, things that you wouldn't have seen 10 years ago from the chefs that were here. So we're making our own vinegars, we're making our own flavors that you can't get anywhere else. So you can only have those flavors here in Azul. So when you have a dish and you say to yourself, wow, it tastes so good, I've never had anything like that before, it's because there's a lot of different ingredients and levels to the flavors that we add into there, and that's what makes us a little bit different from everyone else.